Well, it looks like Alpha 5 and NPC are getting ready. Unfortunately, the people they eliminated didn't have insurance, and because of that, they're ghosts now. Uh, and they are choosing the game. The Ghosts of Kuso Past. It's kind of a haunting reality that we have to live with, but, you know, we live in hard times. So, you know, Big Mike in 1983 and Meta 90, don't let their smiles fool you, okay? They're sitting here, and through many discussions, we had plenty of games chosen. You know, odds are one of them did find a game that they hadn't played, and turns out this one is specifically one of Big Mike's picks that he wanted to see. That's right, we're getting Deep Blue for the TurboGrafx. What is that, you ask? I don't know. Probably about the ocean. Actually, yeah, I do know about this. This is a game that is essentially a shoot 'em up. You know, you like Gradius? Yeah, it's Gradius with fish. That's about it. That's what the game is. You know what? You know what I love about fish? How dumb they are. Because here's the deal. There are a lot of dumb animals in this world, but very few things actually beat the fish for the amount of stupid they have in their lives. Hey, Fulvo, welcome on in. I'm glad that you get to watch the match as well. Always good. Always good. Yeah, just so everybody knows, I'm not a big fan of fish because they're dumb. I'm hating on poor fish? Well, that's how it goes. Fish are dumb. Hello, Essentia, Crazy Sunshine, good to see ya. Oh, baby cakes. Odell down, I don't know what that is. So right now I'm just working on capturing the game. By the way, if there is a GM who would love to come and chat a little bit during this game, I would not say no. So everybody, I hope that you are having a fantastic day, because we've got 4 matches coming your way today. It's going to be a blast. From the past, probably. Because that's where all the bad games were, the past. It's kind of a haunting reality for us, but you know, we just do what has to be done. I like this music. This is pretty dang good music. Oh, Kessenchu, you know what? Not too many people make it into the bracket. There is no shame losing when it comes to bad video games. At least, that's what I say. I don't feel like there's any shame. Well, I'm currently waiting for NPC to go live. I know that he's been having a bit of a hard time getting everything set up. Because this is TurboGrafx, there are actually turbo toggles on it, and this is one of the few games that actually uses those, and uses them for a reason. Uh-oh. Is someone there?
Hello?
Wizard! Oh my gosh, how are you?
I'm alright. How are you?
Pretty good. Yeah, I'm just waiting for both. Oh, both of the players are streaming now. It's always an absolute joy to have you here, Wizard. Thank you for being willing to hop on in for a game about the big blue sea.
That was the deep. Wait, no, that's a movie with a shark.
I don't think I've actually seen Deep Blue.
You haven't? Well, the game Deep Blue or Deep Blue Sea, which is a movie with Sam Jackson and an intelligent shark.
Keep talking.
Well, Jaws was a movie, and it decided, well, what happens if we gave the sharks human intelligence? How could this possibly go wrong?
Oh, that sounds like a nightmare and a half.
Basically. I think it's another one of those horror movies where LL Cool J is like one of the only people who survives.
Ah. Good job, LL Cool J.
I mean, he survived Halloween H2O, he survived Deep Blue Sea. He's apparently very good at surviving horror movies.
Well, I'm not. I've never survived a single horror movie. Okay, so we're working on.
You were in horror. Sorry.
We're working on getting something working for NPC because here's the deal: he's trying to get the toggle working for TurboGrafx, but unfortunately, it keeps switching from 2-button to 6-button when he tries to enable the toggle. So I'm wondering what is happening here. I'm a reverse Sean Bean. Uh-oh.
Wait, does that mean that every movie that Brassentia dies in is a good movie or a bad movie?
I don't know.
Well, I think it's
they all had happily ever afters, so I was probably the villain. Oh no.
But even if Sean Bean's the villain, like, it's a good movie if he dies. It's a bad movie if he survives, I think. So if you're a reverse Sean Bean, it's a bad movie if you die, and it's a good movie if you survive.
Oh, good. Good. Heck yeah. Everybody keep me alive. I don't want to only be in bad movies. Oh, actually, I'm trying to remember because I was in a movie. A 10-minute-long college movie that was made by people. It was made by people. It's bad. It's really, really bad. Like, I went to the film festival that it was in, and it was so bad.
I assume you died in it then.
I don't think I did.
You're not doing your reverse Sean Bean very well then.
Yeah, Essentia also agrees that it was bad. Okay, so I think we're just about ready. NPC is gonna have to run for just 1 minute and then he will be right back. Other than that, we are just about ready to roll. So, have you played very many TurboGrafx games? Have you played any TurboGrafx games?
I own a TurboGrafx 16. When I was something like 5 or 6, we went to Toys R Us, and my options were I could buy one brand new NES game, or I could get a TurboGrafx 16 and 2 games for less than that price.
Oh no, you never let kids choose.
Well, I chose the TurboGrafx 16 and the 2 games, and while one of them was Keith Courage and the Alpha Zones because that was a pack-in, the other was Legendary Axe. Quite frankly, a good game.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Apparently, I was not very good at being a kid.
Yeah.
Because I made a good choice there.
That's weird because I had a choice between Godzilla 2 and Swords and Serpents, which people might say neither of those is good, but I went with Godzilla 2, which was objectively the worst choice.
I think
Okay.
the other game that I got was Space Harrier, and I love Space Harrier, so I think I won on that transaction.
Yeah. Yeah, you probably did. Uh, yeah, just so everybody knows, my movie is up on YouTube, and I will not tell you the name because I don't want to. Okay.
Alright.
So,
Quick question. So, as this is a TurboGrafx game, are the players allowed to use the built-in turbo function on the controller?
yes.
Okay, good. That makes shooters a lot less painful for many people.
You know what? I don't want to talk about it until we get started, but we'll talk about it soon. But yeah, the turbo thing is important. Okay, I'm currently checking right now with the players to see if they are ready to roll. Everybody in chat, prepare all of your fish emotes, all of your ocean-related emotes, all of those, because I want you to spam away right now. Because I am doing the countdown. Best of luck to the players. Ooh, we had octopi. Yeah, I like that. Oh, chat's so good, RBW.
Of course they are. They're our chat.
Yeah,
We're terrible, so
they're
something's gotta
pretty
be
much
good.
the best, yeah. Okay, and I hit start timer. Oh my gosh. Okay, just so everybody knows, by the way, we are going to be doing a score attack for this. Whoever gets the highest score during the match will be taking the victory.
Seems fair for a shooter.
Oh yeah.
Alright, so now I have to go find a manual so I can give us the hot lore of Deep Blue.
Yes, go. This music is pretty dang good. Did we all warn the players about the TG16 soft reset Asphalt 10? What is the soft reset?
If you press 1, 2, run, and select at the same time, it soft sets, if I recall correctly. But I don't know what that's what they're talking about.
That may be it. I'm wondering if it was in the manual, because if so, oh, just start and select is reset. Well, I don't
it's
see
just start
them
select.
pushing that. But yeah, let me go ahead and see. Yep, the manual says how to reset the game. Holding down the run button and pressing the select button at the same time. So here's the deal. There is actually a difference sometimes between turbo and normal firing. If you hold down fire, you will automatically shoot, but usually it's either at a slower speed or when your bullet flies off the screen. If you turn turbo on, like you see NPC right now, is doing super fast shooting, that is due to turbo. Alpha 5 has a weapon right now that if you use turbo, it shoots smaller jets. If you turn off turbo, it shoots long jets of like water or whatever. I don't know. So, yeah, there are some very important differences. No, Essentia, why are you sharing that in chat? Oh my gosh.
Alright, we have to interrupt this Kusogr4nde match to watch Presentia being an actor. We'll be back with you in 10 minutes. Sorry, everyone.
Okay, do not give me feedback on that because I literally acted exactly the way they told me. They told me to essentially have no personality and to be awkward, okay? So if you notice I'm awkward in that, well, you're right. This TurboGrafx 16 banger. Oh yeah, it looks like Alpha 5 has gotten through the first wave of enemies there, but I'm a little bit concerned. Not much life left. You can tell by the blinking red in the eyeball of the fish. I think Alpha 5 has 1 or 2 more hits. There we go. That's death.
Well, so my understanding is that the eye color on your little fish ship goes from blue to red as you take damage, but
Yep.
it does regenerate over time.
It does. And also Finn, yeah, that's a fish joke. Yeah, it goes from blue, I think, to green to yellow to red. And then once you get red eye, you're just a couple steps away from death. Also, it's interesting because it starts blinking between each of those colors to show how close you are to transition to the next color. So it's not the least intuitive health gauge. Ooh, NPC, that is Death's 16810.
I believe Alpha was in the 20,000s, so I think Alpha definitely has the is in the lead, but that can easily change. Anyway, shall I read the very short story of Deep Blue?
Please do. I would love to hear what it's about.
Story of Deep Blue. Journey to an undersea palace in this fascinating, parentheses, and scale-raising undersea adventure. You command an ANGEL fish attack sub on a mission to rid the oceans of an alien evil. But watch out, these invaders have mutated our fish and other aquatic animals. Along the way, you'll encounter these very unfriendly fish in battle. These deadly guardians of the deep will attack you relentlessly and use all of their unnatural abilities to stop your progress and serve their alien master.
So, honestly, the fish really don't appear that mutated. They seem very fish-like.
I'm inclined to agree. I'm not seeing anything that's especially mutated design-wise.
Yeah, like squid. Yeah, I know what squid look like. That's pretty good. Maybe they're a little bit brown for squid, but, you know, there are different squids in the sea.
Well, you have to get fairly deep, but yeah.
Wow, chat is terrible and Kusogr4nde is terrible. I need new mods, RBW.
I can't help you. I'm already one of your mods.
Oh,
By
crap.
suggesting a new mod, I'd be firing myself. And I do have self-preservation instance, amazingly.
I don't even pay you.
Wait, other mods get paid?
No, I don't pay any of them.
I'm with the mods, then. You should start paying us.
Ah, crap. You know what? Let's go ahead and talk about something else. Like, oh, look at these graphics. Isn't this a beautiful video game? Are there multiple levels? From what I understand, yeah. You know, I would love to get to the point, RBW, where I paid people. Like, if we ever got esports for Kusogr4nde, you know, everybody'd be making millions.
Well, depends on who we piss off, but yeah. There are 4
We'd piss
stages
everybody off. We'd make billions.
Okay, that's true. So, question was, are there stages? There are 4 stages. There's
Yes.
Scene A. Begin your mission. Clear world of beautiful sights deep within the ocean depths. Scene B, the expedition. Travel deeper into uncharted territory as you reach the bottom of the sea. Scene C, the new world. A strange place where marine snow falls and the danger increases.
What?
What?
So, wait, you go into a snow world after you get to the
Apparently.
bottom of the sea? I don't understand.
Apparently.
Okay.
And then Scene D, Undersea Palace, the alien palace of the ocean depth, the most challenging of them all.
Oh no! Not the Sea Palace. We know what happened in Chrono Trigger.
Well, that was an undersea. Oh no, you're right.
Yeah. Oh, Alpha 5, maybe onto a boss. Oh, it's Uggo, the fish. That's what I'm going to call him.
Wow.
Uggo the Look at him. He's very ugly, okay? Not even his mom wants to take care of him, okay? Jeez, he doesn't even use his fins. He just somehow wiggles back and forth. Wow, this boss is not the most challenging I've seen out there, but looks like Alpha 5 is through. 44,460 is currently the high mark. NPC is making a pretty good push, though, through some of the difficult sections and moving on to one where he can breathe a little bit. And look, he's not even flashing us. I mean, with his eye. Oh, and NPC is onto the boss as well. Uggo trying to get a body count here. Honestly, I'm fine with NPC's strategy right now. The strategy appears to be just make progress. Don't worry too much about getting a high score until later.
Mod, you are going to disappoint me if none of you manage to go and take advantage of that quote.
Please don't. It's fine. Alpha 5 and NPC are onto the same level. Remember, though, we are doing score attack, so whoever gets the highest score takes the win. Honestly, I think that just figuring out how to stay alive at this point and how to not take damage is going to be super helpful for the players. So even if NPC is behind, who cares?
NPC is at roughly half the score Andy's at. Alpha is at, sorry. Alpha is at, and that suggests to me that there's a strategy that Alpha has that NPC's not using.
Yeah, I think the strategy is get a better weapon.
That's probably a pretty good strategy.
Yeah, this little one just shoots extremely slow. Like the other ones, you kind of have to aim. Oh no, Alpha 5. Don't stress me out. Like, oh, never mind. I guess the eyeball was green. I'm colorblind, so I couldn't tell. I thought it was red. I thought it was.
That is a valid concern.
Well, so this game is not exactly the most friendly to colorblind people. Yeah.
Very many games aren't. That is something that progress has been made toward lately, but it's still.
Oh yeah.
That's definitely an accessibility issue.
No, blue goes down to green, down to yellow, down to red. That is the order of the colors. Yeah, when it's blinking green, it looks like it's like it could be red for all I care. Like I can't really tell the difference. Oh, Alpha 5! Don't go dying on it. Well, never mind.
Kaboom. That is 60,790 points, a high bar for an NPC to get past, but not an impossible one. Never mind.
Where's the kaboom? There was supposed to be an earth-shattering kaboom. I can't do Marvin the Martian. I'm trying to think. How does he even sound? It's been years.
I think he's a little more nasal than you were.
That's pretty impressive. I'm usually very nasal.
Yeah, but you weren't swallowing your words in a similar way that he does.
Blech. Oh, yeah. Okay. I'll go watch some Looney Tunes and practice my Marvin the Martian later. I'm not a nose. Oh my gosh. Wow, chat is bringing in drama now. Nose-related drama.
I mean, do you have some Illudium Q36 explosive space modulator? Think?
Yeah, I do. I'm modulating every day, you know?
Well, I'm concerned. And I missed something, but apparently Chad has decided that your nose is very important.
Heck yeah. What else am I gonna do with that awkward space in front of the rest of my face, you know? Stick a nose in there. Bam. Okay, apparently I do need to read a review.
Alright, I would like to hear these reviews. Lay it on us for a second.
Well, I'm not there yet. Hold your horses. Okay?
My seahorses?
Sure. I don't care. Do you have seahorses?
Not anymore.
Okay. So, I found a review on Game FAQs. They gave it 1 out of 5. Or 1 out of 10? 1 out of something. And the title of the review is The Worst Turbo Game Ever. And they said, I tried to rate this 0 stars, so I had to give it the rating of terrible. Well, you didn't manage to get 0 stars. Good try. Good try. Yeah. Unfortunately, the game is playable, but not by much. Unfortunately, it's playable, RBW.
Unfortunately, it's playable.
Why nobody reviewed this as the worst Turbo game, I don't know. What sucks is that I remember seeing this at Toys R Us many years ago, back when these games were displayed on these cards, where you can flip it back and see the back of the cover. I thought this game looked pretty cool. I really liked the underwater graphics. What was especially striking was that big fish boss they always show. I really liked the graphics on that. Years later, I got into this Turbo Graphics kick. There's this retro store near me called Destiny Games. They're not even talking about the game. They're just talking about how they ended up buying the game. Okay.
I mean, pretty good advertising pitch for their retro store.
Oh yeah, they might be from that retro store. There's this retro store near me called Destiny Games, and one holiday they were selling used TurboGrafx systems for a good price. I bought one and started my collection of Turbo games. One of the games on my list, sadly, was Deep Blue. I think I was going through some kind of crisis, because I was trying to play all the games I wanted to play as a kid. My quest is still unfinished, as I have Frogger 2 and Smurfs on the Atari to get through. But if they are anything like this, I shouldn't waste my money like that. Spoilers, those are both better. The first thing to mention about Deep Blue is the music. I know graphics are usually the first thing anyone usually mentions on the game, but honestly, I hadn't played Deep Blue in a long time. But I still remember that awful music. It sounded like a mini church music, but still not as good. It kind of does in, like, when you're just going through the water. It sounds like a church. Yeah, it doesn't set any mood, and you're best just blasting Led Zeppelin or something to drown away that horrible music. I didn't get very far in the game. I only played it a couple times. It's not fun at all. You have one life, and no continues. You know when you are about to die by your ship changing colors. Good luck getting... Yeah, here's the church music. Everybody, just relax. Think happy, fishy thoughts. Okay, good luck getting through this game, because the way the enemies come at you reminds me of Action 52. It's that bad. Their patterns are annoying, make no sense, and it's clearly obvious that the developers were rushing this thing along. Deep Blue is just another shooter for the TurboGrafx, but even worse since the Turbo had a reputation by not only having shooters, but some good ones. If someone was introduced to the system with this atrocity, then it's no wonder that the system couldn't keep up in the market. It's rather sad, and I hate the fact that the Turbo wasn't able to keep up with the market. It deserved better than that. I hate you, Deep Blue.
Wow.
They were very passionate. Yeah.
So, I'm watching and not quite getting why it seems like NPC is pretty happy with the base gun, which does not seem to be very powerful, whereas Alpha goes for either the Swirl Cutter or the Bubble Beam, both of which seem to be a fair amount stronger.
Yeah, I think, this, like, tornado gun is pretty dang good.
Yeah, that's the Swirl Cutter.
Okay.
Apparently, if you grab 3 if you grab 3 power-ups, the weapon upgrades. So, you want to consistently gain the same power-up repeatedly.
Ah, okay. That is good. Yeah, the Swirl Cutter, this is a very destructive weapon. It cannot be fired in quick succession, however, so accuracy is important. Did you see that boss die? Oh.
No, I just saw that there was a hint of something called Uggo, and then promptly there was no more Uggo.
Okay, so this is definitely the weapon of choice. At least for now. There might be something more enjoyable, but I don't know.
The Bubble Beam also looks pretty good.
The Bumble Beam. Glub glub.
The Lupine one proclaims, warning, a huge battleship Uggo is approaching fast.
Yeah.
I appreciate the Darius reference, but Darius is a better game than that.
Hey, NPC is also fighting Uggo. Gonna be moving on to stage 2 in a little bit. There we go. Uggo's dead.
Down with Uggo.
Heck yeah. Well, both players are on to the second level. This is good progress.
Okay, so what just happened on Alpha's screen is that Alpha took a hit and went from the level 2 swirl cutter, which was a bigger, badder laser, down to this sort of pea shootery, weaker swirl cutter. So if you get hit, you lose your power-ups, which is pretty punishing. I mean, NPC Alpha is still just kind of tearing through things. Up, back to upgraded again.
Oh, baby. Yeah, I think that, honestly, oh, it got downgraded again. I'm hoping that Alpha 5 can get it back. Ugh. Yeah, it looks like once you change to a certain weapon, you're likely going to be sticking with that weapon for a while. But if you upgrade that weapon, you'll lose it when you take damage.
Well, I mean, seems like Alpha has a pretty good strat with the swirl cutter, so that's definitely a good move to have. Whereas NPC's pulse bullet, which honestly just comes off like the standard Mega Man lemon shooter, does not seem to be nearly as good. Zelazon asks, are you making these names up or were they in the manual? The manual has Pulse Bullet, Swirl Cutter, and Bubble Beam. So yes, they were in the manual. Uggo, on the other hand, is pure Brosentia invention.
His name is totally Uggo, though. He'll never be anything other than Uggo to me. Sorry, I accidentally put the game FAQs review up on the screen for a second. There you go, you got it.
To be fair, I mean, if we go by Barkley Shut Up and Jam Gaiden rules, Uggo is now canon.
Oh my gosh, Keith. Sponsored? Yeah, this is sponsored by Game FAQs. If you ever want to read about someone's trip to their local game store, that's where you go, to Game FAQs reviews. Thinly veiled advertisements there. I appreciate it.
How much is CBSI paying you, bro?
Who's that?
CBS Interactive?
CBS Interactive? You mean the top place to find all of your entertainment needs? You know, they're not paying me enough.
Clearly, not with you shilling them like this. Owners of fine digital entertainment sites like GameSpot, Giant Bomb, and GameFAQs.com. They actually do own all of those, admittedly.
I love it. No, like, I don't think we could even get Bubsy to sponsor us. Maybe.
Where's
Bubsy, if you're watching, feel free.
Where's Author Blues? I hear he has an in with Bubsy.
I mean, we've got Vindictive here. Yeah.
I see someone suggesting that we colonize Game FAQs in MySpace. My response to that is that's a terrible idea. You saw what happened when Bersentia colonized the moon.
It became awesome? I'm trying to remember, when did I colonize the moon? It's been a while.
2019, apparently.
2019? Oh. Yeah, I still have no memory of colonizing the moon.
NPC has died to the second boss, which appears to be a giant jellyfish. I'm waiting for you to appropriately name it, bro.
Ah. Well, I actually didn't see it. So, we gotta wait.
Alright.
Yeah, I put my space modulator on the moon. Nope, that's not right at all. Illegal shilling, thank you so much. That's the only type of shilling I will do.
Not even...
Not
Never
even
mind.
what?
I was going to ask, wait, so you won't even take British shillings?
Maybe I will. I don't know. Sure, I'll take a few of them. That'll be fine. Just so you know, by the way, this was developed by the company known as Pack-In Video Co., who later became Marvelous Interactive, made some of the Harvest Moon games, from what I can see. I'm not sure if they made... Oh, they made Lunar Dragon Song. Yeah.
Sorry. Continue.
Or at least helped in some way with that. I'm not completely sure what their role was, but they're credited for that. Oh, come on. There's no bad Lunar games in this world. They also happen to make a little video game that we all know and love. It's called Rambo for the NES. Yep. They actually came out with Rambo before they came out with this. Oh, Knight Rider. Yeah, who can forget that classic? Die Hard for the TurboGrafx 16. Oh, that was a blast. How about Minesweeper for the Game Boy? Or, you know, they made Deja Vu, A Nightmare Comes True for the PC 98.
Heck is Deja Vu, The Nightmare Comes True?
I don't know. Yeah, okay, this... Oh, wait. They did one of the ports for Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego? For, of course, the TurboGrafx 16. Yeah, Orbital Bear, I believe that game, the Deja Vu game, is just a port from the NES for the TurboGrafx. So essentially, they did a lot of ports back in the day, is what I'm seeing.
Yeah, that's just a port of Mac Venture's Deja Vu.
With that said, they made Rambo, so I have nothing to complain about. Oh, by the way, your ship is named Angel. Angel. Let me see if I can find what that means.
Didn't say it in the manual.
Doesn't say it on Moby Games. I don't know.
It is pointed out in chat that yes, it's because it looks like an angelfish, but that does not explain what the acronym stands for. We must figure it out.
Yeah, I understand. Like, I understand what a fish looks like. Like, I get that. But what does ANGEL mean?
I'm looking in the manual right now, and all it says is that it's an ANGEL fish attack sub. Does not state what it stands for.
You're my love, my angle. Don't treat me like potato. I'm sorry, I'll stop referencing stuff.
Stuff. That's
Yeah.
impossible. You will always be referencing stuff.
A new good il le ship. That sounds pretty good. Aquatic Nervous Guild Electric Liar. You're the liar all along. Hey, just so everybody knows, by the way, we are still doing a score attack for this game. Whoever gets the highest score at any given point throughout this will take the victory, and Alpha 5 seems to have a fairly solid lead at this point. Oh no, I hope the fish isn't Lupus. Fish attack sub. It's a really good phrase, chat. I'm glad that we do have a fish attack sub. Question though, what do you think, like, where do you store all your food?
In what, your fish attack sub?
Yeah. Like,
I mean, how big are these fish, for example? Are we, like, is our Angel sub a Fantastic Void style Trunken sub, or
is it fish
human
size?
Because this is just the fish are huge.
Well, I mean, the seaweed, like, based off of the seaweed size, I would say that they're just normal fish. Maybe you got shrunk down. It's Honey, I Shrunk the Kids and then killed some fish.
So this is just an unlicensed Fantastic Voyage game, is what you're telling me.
Heck yeah.
They could have done better with this license. Well, it's unlicensed. They could have done better anyway.
You can say that about anything, okay?
No,
Pong,
I cannot say that
guess
about
what?
Neil Breen movie.
Well, okay. Neil Breen has a special place in my heart, and there'll never be an improvement to any of his movies. Probably because that would take a lot of work. Oh, boy.
I mean, how many laptops can he wreck in this movie?
I don't know. Why are you spilling coffee on the laptop? That's not a good thing to do, Neil.
It was for dramatic purpose.
Ah, now I understand.
This may be the best that NPC has done so far.
Okay.
I spoke too soon.
Oh no. I'm just looking to see if there's any, like, hidden information about what angel means. I love that it has a strategy for the boss. Do you want to hear the strategy for fighting a boss?
Absolutely.
When you face a boss creature, you must blast it many times before it will die. Look for the vulnerable point on the monster's body and concentrate your fire power there. So, essentially, the playing tip is shoot the boss.
I mean, shoot the boss until it dies has always been a very useful strategy in many, many games.
Yeah.
Pro tip, kill the cyber demon, shoot it until it's dead. Good tip.
I mean, that one is a pretty good hint because that's Cyber Demon. Holy cow. Shoot Uggo the fish until Uggo the fish becomes Deado.
Deado
the fish.
I saw where that was going.
Well. Yeah, actually, that's a really good point. You don't want to get hit while you hit the boss. Did you know that? Did you know video games?
No, I did not know video games. I'm just a commentator on Kusogr4nde. If I actually played video games, I might have a better paying career than being an unpaid mod.
I'm sorry! I'm sorry! Look, I gotta pay my lunch lady first.
I'm sure there's a bunch of terrible jokes I can make in response to that would actually get me fired, so...
Probably.
Whatever you say,
be
bro.
good. Oh, do you want to know the other tip that is in the manual? Remember to constantly shoot. It's the only way you're going to eliminate the invading mutant fish. Also, at several points in the game, you will encounter swarms of enemy creatures. Fire and maneuver around the enemy to reduce the amount of damage you sustain to a minimum. So, okay, the two tips that I've got are shoot fish, don't get hit. Shoot bosses, don't get hit.
Well, you missed the most important of the tips. It's also in the manual.
What?
Call the TurboGrafx hotline at 708-860-3648 for additional game playing tips. Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 11 p.m.
What
Saturday,
tips
8 a.m.
could,
to 5
what,
p.m.
what
Central
could they,
Time.
what could they even give on this? Like, hey, you know, our tip, take this back to Toys R Us, okay? That's our professional tip. We were actually paid by the development company to tell you that, you know. This isn't just a coincidence. Oh no, Alpha Fine!
Uggo gave a huggo.
The Uggo Huggo. You do not want the Uggo Huggo. I'm very happy now. I just want you to know that, because that was beautiful.
Sometimes I worry about you, bro. Sometimes I worry.
I like suffering. But more so, I like other people suffering, you know?
I was going to ask. So, do you believe Alpha is still greatly... What was that?
NPC died.
And that warranted such a grasp?
It always does. Your fish exploded. Do you know how many exploding fish there are in this world? None if you fish legally.
I think that depends on country by country, actually.
Well. That is fair enough.
I believe Alpha still has a fairly large lead, but really could go either way. NPC has figured out other guns, and I presume has been doing better on subsequent runs. So this really could go anyway.
Honestly, all you need is one good push since we're going for high score. Like, NPC has made the most progress through stage 2, but that's not how we're judging. We're judging based off of points. And the players are very much aware of this. We told them that in Discord.
I would hope so. This is not a mystery tournament. We don't surprise people with what the actual goal is. Not to be confused with actual mystery tournament.
I was gonna say, yeah, I know. The goal is to complete the puzzle in Mystery Tournament.
Alpha, if you keep dodging all those fish, you can't get points.
That said, Alpha 5 actually helps with Mystery Tournament, and does a fantastic job playing games blind. Like, it's pretty fun to watch how he does. I don't know. He's just a really good player. NPC
He's our
is super
top-seeded
strong.
player for a good reason.
Yeah. I mean, it's not too surprising to see that Alpha 5 is here. Round 2. Honestly, Alpha 5 could get another round without a loss here. I know that NPC, though, is always strong. You know, he's either first or second place, at least in the last 3 tournaments that we've had.
It's true. NPC is also unpredictable. You never know when he'll go full Sword of Sodan and then become the best runner of a terrible, terrible game.
Okay, but Sword of Sedan is playable and enjoyable.
I mean, didn't the review say that this game was also playable, unfortunately?
Yeah, that was unfortunate, but Sword of Sedan, they actually put a little thought into this. This is like, hey, guess what? We're gonna make a generic shoot 'em up, and your ship is a fish named Angel because we literally couldn't think of anything to name the ship. Put dots after the letter. That implies that, you know, it's an acronym. Shut up. Just do what I say or you're fired. It's Angel.
Alpha explodes again with, I think, a higher score than what NPC has managed to obtain in 2 levels, so... I guess really the question is, where do you trade off making dangerous plays to get points versus trying to make more progress? 'Cause I'm not sure that later levels offer significantly better point opportunities.
Honestly, you just really, like, I think you have to get a good weapon and just figure out how to kill as many fish as possible early on. At the same time, you know, if you make horizontal progress towards, you know, level 2, 3, 4, you're naturally going to get some points just by killing things, and the boss is worth 10,000. I mean, it's a pretty significant point bonus there.
That's just true.
Oh, jeez. This church music. See, back when I was religious, I actually did play the organ at churches, and this is about what it felt like. Like I was a fish.
I was going to say, it felt like you were in a submarine fighting mutant alien fish, having been shrunk down because they couldn't get the license for Fantastic Voyage.
Yep.
Makes sense.
Bingo. You want my channel to have me play music? Uh-oh. I'll pass, thank you. At least for now. Here, I can sing for you. Let's get music going. Yeah. Okay, that wasn't singing. That was just me and not singing.
I thought that was you attempting to quote the alligator from All Dogs Go to Heaven.
Oh, really? I remember that alligator, but I don't remember what he sounds like.
I will leave chat to subscribe, because I have not seen that movie in many years.
Okay, Alpha 5, just killing tons of fish. I think NPC is starting to get the idea as well. Just, it's better to kill fish early on than to, like, just make horizontal progress. And this little wimpy gun is basically killing nothing.
Yeah, the pulse shot really is significantly worse than any other option you've got.
So bad. Like, all of those fish down at the bottom, those were points that were going to be available, but unfortunately NPC just couldn't do it. Now, the thing is, like, I know NPC is actually pretty good when it comes to games that are auto-scrollers. And I say that not in a mocking way at all.
Did NPCs stream freeze, or did they pause,
Nope.
or...
He asked in Discord if this, like, just to make a final confirmation that this is score attack, and yes, it is. So I think he's realizing at this point what his options are for getting a high score.
That's a little worrying at 40 minutes in.
Not really, because I've seen NPC make huge comebacks towards the end. And honestly, once you understand the game and understand what all your options are for fighting things, then, you know, all it takes is one good push.
This is true.
Oh, and Alpha 5 just did explosion.
Alas, because this is score attack, I sincerely doubt we are ever going to see Scene C.
Yeah.
But at least we got to see the jellyfish once. Well, I did.
I will. Don't make fun of me, RBW.
You ask the impossible of me, Brosencha.
Yeah, about that. You know what? The beam that Alpha 5 has actually reminds me a lot of Mega Man 1.
The bubble beam?
Yeah.
Mega Man 2 thing.
No, like, that had bubbles, but Mega Man 1 had the weird, stupid laser that you shot, and it stayed attached to you until you let go, and then it would, like... Because this moves when you move. Yeah, the magnet beam, exactly, that one. You
Fair
remember
enough.
magnets.
Last I checked, no one understands how they work, so...
Yeah,
Not really.
well, welcome to Utah. It's difficult.
In Utah, your only options for things sticking together is adhesive, and we're not even sure that works.
I would say something else, but nah, we'll go ahead and move on. NPC is currently at the jellyfish/brain section. I like jelly brains. And luckily, it looks like each one gives 50 points. Good way to rack up some points. You know, it's not going to be super fast, but just kill as many as you can while you're here. That'll be good.
But the jellyfish do take a lot of hits to drop, so if you don't have a decent weapon, you're not getting those delicious points.
Yeah, the little fish aren't really worth that much. These bigger fish that NPC is fighting right now, they're 60 points each. Honestly, he's doing a relatively good job of killing a whole bunch without taking too many hits. Definitely using one of the weapons that can get a lot more kills right now, just shooting through everything. Yeah, I think NPC is making the push right now to get the high score. You know, he's done figuring it out. He's done with shenanigans. He just wants that score.
Well, good luck to NPC then. If this is the run, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, now, honestly, if he can take down the boss, we know that the first boss was worth, how much was it? 10,000. The second boss, I would guess, just based off of what I've seen with this game so far, I would guess that the second boss is the same, but you never know. It could just change the rules and suddenly be worth more. Or or fewer. I don't know. It's hard to say.
NPC's also... Sorry.
Go ahead.
NPC's also doing a fantastic job dodging and getting in these kills on these jellyfish, so... We'll,
Jellyfish deserve it.
What did jellyfish do to you, bro?
They ate my bagel. I'm making things up. They have never taken my bagels, okay? I'm just...
Speaking as a New Yorker, it wasn't a real bagel anyway, so you should be glad that the jellyfish were ready to do.
Wow. I think another country called Canada might want to argue with you about that.
They can. They're wrong. But anyway, continue.
Well, right now, I believe that we are... getting fairly close to the end of the match. We've got 15 minutes. It's being an absolute blast. And by blast, I mean they're blowing up a lot.
Yeah.
You know, honestly, I'm thinking about this game. This definitely isn't a great game. And I would say that probably it's mediocre at best.
Well, that's the most generous thing we can say about any of our Kusogr4nde games. So, good job, Deep Blue. You are mediocre at best.
Yeah, the person who hated on this, why did you hate it so much?
Because it was apparently, unfortunately, playable.
I mean, it is playable, but, don't people usually like playable things?
Apparently the reviewer was looking for something else.
You know what? I sort of agree. It's honestly better to get something that is outstanding and strange, and bad in an amazing way rather than something that's more generic. So I can understand that. Viewer, I think you're right.
Okay, Percentia. Now, quick, name it.
Okay. I didn't even see it this time.
You didn't have enough time.
Where did it go? Where did it go? Okay.
It died.
We'll name him Bob. His name is Bob. Sorry, Bob. I just don't care enough to actually see you. Yeah, NPC is making a push. Now, remember, this is a score attack, so how many points NPC has actually really matters. Alpha 5 still got a pretty strong score.
Alpha 5 still in the lead with over 60,000. NPC is doing the big push right now, but still a 15k away.
Yep, I would say that both players knew coming into the match that this was going to be score attack. Alpha 5 made a strong push early on. NPC's definitely not out of it, though, especially with this level. As long as he can figure out the patterns of some of these enemies and not take too much damage. However, as time goes on, usually games get a little bit harder, especially with the movement of certain enemies. And yeah, we've got Fester's Quest Fish going on here, just bobbing up and down all over the place.
We also have these darty fish that only they're only worth 10 points.
Yeah, the darty fish are not going to do you any favors when you're trying to make a push to get a high score. Alpha 5, meanwhile, taking down Squid. Those are worth a hefty 80 points each from what I can see. So, honestly, yeah, level 1, you can get tons of points very quickly.
Oh, yeah, no question.
Okay, NPC is fighting eels. Uh-oh, I think. Or worms?
How much are the eels worth?
50.
50? 50. Took another hit, lost the upgraded shot. That's unfortunate.
Not a huge deal. Uh-oh, swordfish. Swordfish are worth 150 each, so... Like, yeah, they take 2 hits, but that still is a good use of your shots.
Only you could just have a good enough... only NPC could keep the upgrades that he could be blasting these swordfish more consistently.
Hey, he's up to 51,000 points now. Still flashing green, you know, that still is enough to stay alive for a while. He's down to yellow, now flashing green. Like, he's got more than half of his health at this point, which is... You know, I don't know everything that this level has, but it's a little bit stressful to see what's going to happen.
Oh, definitely. More Fester's Quest fish.
Oh no, and back to this gun. That is very unfortunate. I mean, good for the Fester's Quest fish, but other than that...
Yeah, but lots of things are good for the Fester's Quest fish. A unelongated bubble beam would be good for the Fester's Quest fish. This is doing nothing against those rays, and those are worth a bunch more points.
Oh, yeah, like, you can kill them eventually. Oh, NPC going for an upgrade. Definitely needed. Now, if he gets hit, he loses this, so he definitely wants to be careful. Oh, well, he lost it. Never mind.
That was fast.
I told you.
Yeah, you were right.
Okay, 56,000 points. This is really close. NPC could potentially move into the lead in the last 10 minutes. Alpha 5 got up to 60,000. Now, I don't know what trolls this game is going to throw, but I can assure you there will be something. Oh, he's back to the tornado gun. That is exactly what you want to see.
Oh, definitely. The scroll cutter definitely is a much better option than the pulse shot. Watch just mow through those fish.
Okay, Fester's Quest fish now. Alpha 5, I think that if... Oh, we got a seahorse. Okay, Bob, the jellyfish was cool, but this guy, Captain Stompy, just went down and NPC moves into the lead.
All right. Oh,
wow.
And the boss is only 5,000, so bosses are not worth that much. Welcome to the Undersea Palace.
Well, I mean, the first boss is 10,000.
Save us from the alien menace, NPC.
Holy cow. Oh, I'm a little bit stressed now.
Only a little bit.
I'm not sure. There's a theoretic possibility that we could see the end of this game, because I think this is the last level.
Yeah, it is. The falling fish. Falling starfish, I think.
Glub, glub.
Oof, they do a lot of damage.
Yeah. Like, it's going to be hard for NPC to stay in this, but honestly, as long as he collects upgrades, or doesn't collect downgrades, I'd say, as long as he can manage to keep this weapon and hopefully stay alive for health drop, that'll be good. Whenever you see the weird sea donut drop, that is your health. That's what you pick up in
full restore too, so
it's huge. Oh, NPC, you're worrying me. But you... Yeah, I'm worried. I think this might be it.
That's a red.
I would move to the right and just try to stay alive. He's definitely trying to negotiate the space here, and it's working-ish. I think one more hit and NPC goes down. Yep. That 69,000 points.
69,770.
Yeah, that was a really nice push. Yeah.
There are 7 minutes left. Alpha, you have lost the lead. Good luck.
I don't know if it's possible in the last 7 minutes to pass that. But then again, you can get a lot of points in the first level, and the first level's not that long at all.
I believe Alpha has shown himself able to get over 40,000 points in just the first level. It really comes down to weapon drop luck and playing skill at this point.
Oh, yeah.
But the race is not over. So this is all on Alpha now. I don't believe NPC can possibly surpass that. So this is on you, Alpha.
Okay, Alpha 5 moving on to the first mini-boss area of level 1, which is these squids. Unfortunately, with a crappy weapon like this, Alpha 5's just not going to do much damage.
Gonna miss out on a lot of points right there.
Now, you see the rate that Alpha 5 is shooting. That is holding down the turbo switch as well. On the emulator that we use, you have to hold the button in order for it to count as turbo, and it generally gets you a shot that's going to be better to use. NPC has a giant tornado here.
I'm enjoying that level 3 spiral cutter.
Wow, that is beautiful. I love it.
I bet bosses don't.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think I've seen this level 3 gun before. It's beautiful.
I don't think we've seen any tier 3 weapons before this. I could be wrong. It's hard for me to tell Bubble Beam, but...
Ooh, NPC down to tier 2.
Just get mowed through. Ah, took a hit. Still,
not a huge deal. Like, seriously, the weapon that you get is absolutely essential to getting a high score. As we can see, NPC is behind Alpha 5 when it comes to horizontal movement in the stage. Alpha 5 is behind score-wise, though, at this point. Like, I think NPC has really figured this out and is making a good final push, you know? Maybe NPC actually believes he can get past 69,000 at this point.
I'm not going to stop him. Go for it.
It's not over till it's over.
Alpha, don't swim with the fishes. That's a terrible life choice.
I mean, that's what this game is about.
Figuratively, I mean.
Oh.
There's a lot of damage for no real gain.
Chad is asking, why are the weapons so crappy? Well, I don't know. Maybe I should go read the game FAQs review.
Has something to do with it being unfortunately playable.
Or being developed by the people who made Rambo for NES.
But you love Rambo for the NES. I'm not sure you're allowed to complain.
Yeah, but Rambo for NES, it had the opposite problem. Everything dies to your knife stab. Like, that's all you have to use.
Alright, we're on to our last 3 minutes and 45 seconds. I don't know if Alpha can take this back.
I don't think so, but NPC is making a pretty good push getting score back up. Like, can anybody beat the 69,000 point mark? That's the big question. However, NPC could take on one of the bosses in just a little bit.
Also, chat, I saw you all respond nice in response to score, and I approve wholeheartedly.
In response to what?
The score.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, NPC is really getting the hang of getting a good... Well, never mind. He's dead.
What, did he huggo the Uggo? He huggo
Oh,
Uggo.
it was the Uggo.
You don't huggo.
Huggoed by Uggo. Oh, you never want that to happen. Okay, it looks like both of the players are essentially saying they're done, they can't catch up, and I think I would agree. So we're going to go ahead and call it right here. Time. That's it. We're done. We're done with this game because Uggo the Huggo, no, Huggo from the Uggo happened, NPC died. Neither of them can get back up to their scores. So at this point, NPC managed to take the victory, both in terms of the high score, which is what we were basing this off of, as well as horizontal progress, making it to scene D. So it was still only a 9,000 point difference, even though NPC made it 2 levels past Alpha.
It shows that Alpha's very strong player, but NPC just had that one good push you were talking about and ran with it all the way.
Oh yeah, like NPC definitely had that push. Hello there, Alpha 5.
Hey, how's it going?
And it looks like
Hello.
NPC's here. Hello, both of you. So, thoughts about the game? Any thoughts at all?
I don't know if I can be mad because it wasn't really a race that I lost.
Well, the thing was is that I think Alpha figured out some way to really farm points, and I was
Purple gun is
Huh?
Purple gun is OP.
I enjoyed the green gun, but that was just a
The
personal
green gun,
preference.
I think, gave you like quarter to half points.
Wait, seriously?
Really?
Yes, because like if you watch some of my runs, I would clear stage 1 under 10,000 points with green gun. Purple gun, I'd be at 40k.
I got 20k, but I don't know. I don't know. That's something to actually take a look at.
That kind of makes sense because I saw the first boss go down and I thought it gave you 10,000 points the first time, but
It gave me 5 the second time.
yeah, it gave 5 when you were using the... That's so dumb.
Yep, and that meant that like I had to choose between point pressing and shooting things, and like this game is pretty brutal and it's not amazing for that, so
I actually
Yeah.
really like that it kind of punished you for using a better gun.
Well,
Oh.
I was thinking, man, I would love to play this game a lot more. And then seeing D happen.
Oh yeah, the falling starfish, the weird
Yes.
eelworms. I'm not sure what they were.
There
Yeah,
was starfish, and I don't know how the heck you're supposed to do that.
I don't know. I was
Dang
riding out on like
starfish.
60,000 from like seeing from like 20 minutes in. I just couldn't get back to that same part. 'Cause
Yeah, I tried using the purple gun, and it just hated me to death.
RNG squids were just like ruining my life. Like
Well-
it was terrible.
Well, the thing was that when I played it the second time, I camped out in the bottom left corner, and none of them hit me. So I was like, I have a strat. Then the third time I played, it hit me the first friggin' time, and I'm like, okay, strat destroyed.
Oh no. Oh. Well, seriously, this was a blast to... What are your thoughts about the game itself?
There'd be like 1 or 2 things that they could change about this game to make it way better, but like all in all, not a bad game. Probably not a bad, probably a bad race because it wasn't really a race, but you know.
It was a score attack, and I really enjoyed it. It was super close, honestly. Like, the lead changed in the last, what, 9, 8, 7 minutes, something around there?
At around the 51-minute mark, and Alpha had an enormous lead
Oh yeah, huge.
at 60k through almost the entire race, and then NPC just had this big rallying run and went to scene D and just
Yeah.
went to town.
Well, it was basically at the do or die point, and I
Yeah.
was just like, I have to push. I have to try to figure out how I'm supposed to do this.
Basically, I
And-
was thinking NPC, playing this is mostly just figuring stuff out at the beginning, figuring out what weapons to use, and then was planning to make a big push towards the end. And yeah, that's what happened.
What made me laugh is that touching the boss is a one-hit kill.
Yeah, that happened to me once, and I'm like, well, that's a thing.
You got the Uggo Huggo. Yeah, Huggo from Uggo, the fish. It was... it was brutal.
Bersentia has dubbed the first boss Uggo the Fish, right when seeing it originally.
Yeah, the anglerfish, not a fun boss.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Well, technically, all the bosses are super easy if you have the green gun.
That is true. They
True.
are really easy. And I had like a really safe strat on the purple gun because the purple gun has a massive hitbox sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes. Sometimes it would always hit the barracudas no matter where they were, and sometimes it would just miss them for I don't know why. But
But it's interesting when you're talking about the points, because it seemed like when I had the green gun, I was just racking up more points, but it's also possible that I was just destroying things left and right and actually killing stuff as opposed
Yeah,
to
I was killing everything with the green gun, and I'm just like, I'm not getting, like, anywhere near the number of points. And then I had the purple gun, and it's just like, why am I getting, like, double to triple the amount of points?
Well, I
And,
mean,
like-
there's a reason that at the end of Scene B, you had over 60,000 points, and it took NPC until Scene D to get there. Like,
Yeah.
because of the point difference, I think that's largely what it was.
So the other thing, and this is another theory that I had, because on one of my runs I just like, let's try the basic gun, because it's giving me the same number of points, and I lost a bunch of points there. I think enemies spawn off screen and you can kill them. And if they die off screen, they don't give points, and the green gun was clearing out more enemies that were ahead of you. So you just didn't get those points, but the stage was easier because you didn't see those enemies. Because the green gun, that pierced a lot longer and lasted way longer than the purple gun. Purple gun just weakened everything, so just things died.
You see, Alpha, what you're trying to do is make a Kuso game even more complex than it should be.
It might be overly complicated for no reason.
You're making me worried that there's a lot more to this game.
There might be, though.
There might be. I don't know.
Because, like, I'm moving up and down on, like, this random spawning fish section with the basic gun, and, like, there's maybe half the fish spawning that I'd normally see if I had the purple gun while moving up and down and holding down the rapid fire button.
Yeah, you know, the basic gun is just absolute trash. But, you know, Alpha 5 NPC, even if you felt like it wasn't the most exciting match, I feel like this is probably one of the better matches that we could have had with this game. It was actually fairly riveting towards the end, just sitting there watching, is NPC going to make it and pass Alpha 5's mark? So, you know, it might not have felt interesting to you, but it was pretty exciting for me.
Stupid
Well, good
starfish.
content is really all that matters, so...
Thank you so much. We'll see you in the Losers Bracket Alpha 5. NPC is going to be moving on, and I think it's time for us to get our next game a-going. Thank you both, and take care.
Thank you.
See you later.
Thank you for participating. Oof.
Royal Blue Wizard, I'm glad that you were here. First, before we reveal the game and such, I want to give a shout out to the people who've subscribed and followed during the last game. We did have Tentrito and Kessenchu resubscribe. Almatia and Toon Pirate dropped some bits. Keatlock also did a resubscription, along with some egrets. Kertariel, thank you all so much. You're helping cover some of the prizes. We have about $2,000 worth of prizes for this, so it's extremely helpful. Without further ado,